Hi friends, welcome to this latest episode of the Nationalist View. We have with us a very special guest, Mr. Qambar Baloch. Qambar Baloch, thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you very much, Arunji, for inviting me.
Today we are going to talk about what is happening in Balochistan. Mr. Qambar Baloch is associated with Baloch Advocacy and Studies Center. A detailed bio will be there in the description box. And there are a lot of rapid developments which are happening in Balochistan, which has been facing sustained human rights violations. Uh, Kambarji, my first question is that Dr. Mahrang Baloch, she has been, sentenced to life imprisonment by a Pakistani court. So, can you tell us basically the implication of this development and the significance of this development for the Baloch freedom movement?
Right. So, Dr. Mahrang Baloch and another leader of Baloch Executive Committee. Basically, first of all, we must understand the Baloch Executive Committee is the leading human rights movement in Balochistan. So, Dr. Mahrang and another BYC leader, Sabatullah Shaji, have been sentenced to life imprisonment by an anti-terrorism court of Pakistan. But not just on fabricated charges, but following a highly compromised and faceless trial. Now, this goes on to show that Pakistan is desperate to contain the Baloch human rights movement or peaceful opposition, not only through the use of force, but through lawfare. And in the process of doing so, it has attracted or drawn more attention from international human rights organizations and foreign observers towards the human rights situation in Balochistan. And Mahrang has become one of the most recognizable public faces of human rights movement in Balochistan today. And similarly, the hatred against the Pakistan military, its subservient government in Balochistan and its other state institutions has increased in the hearts of the ordinary Baloch people.
Sir, if you can, elaborate a little bit more about, that how would you describe the situation on the ground today, especially in wake of, this decision, this Pakistani court's decision which has come. So there have been, reports that the authorities have blocked key routes in Quetta and imposed restrictions on demonstrations. And so, how is the common Baloch on the ground responding to this?
Well, first of all, Balochistan has been caught in a downward spiral of human rights abuses, marked by enforced disappearances, extrajudicial killings, and more recently by collective punishment. And people have these in their memories and in their hearts that the state institutions of the state are not there to protect their constitutional or legal rights, but to violate all those rights that are usually guaranteed by a state. And one of the measures that the authorities have taken is to contain the overall peaceful dissent in Balochistan. And the public, the common public, are responding in a similar or say in a with similar kind of useful or strong response against the authorities' measures in Balochistan, and the people are participating in a very positive way and in a huge number through the these shutdown strikes. And since the peaceful dissent or public participation of activists is nearly impossible in Pakistan, So the people are using the social media and calling for the release of Dr. Mahrang Baloch and the other BYC leaders.
So, we know that, apart, as you said, along with Dr. Mahrang Baloch, another Baloch Shakhiyati committee member has also been sentenced to life imprisonment, and and a number of committees members are already behind the bars. So how do you see this? Because this committee was leading. Now there are two aspects of the Baloch struggle which is going on. Right now we are
Mm.
talking about the peaceful protests which are going on. Later on we'll also talk about the armed struggle which is happening in response to
Mm.
Pakistani establishments, draconian measures. So now, but with most of these leaders, being incarcerated, how do you see the how will this campaign of the Baloch activists will be sustained in Balochistan?
So we have to remember that Dr. Mahrang and the other BYC leaders have been behind bars for nearly 2 years now. And but still, there are other courageous faces of the BYC, like Dr. Sabia Baloch, Samidin Baloch, and others, who have uh, continued to document, highlight human rights abuses faced by the Baloch people. So I believe that throughout these years, BYC has learned to survive under severe circumstances, and they continue to, uh, highlight the human rights violations and call for accountability. And the support for BYC and its leader has increased among the Baloch population across the world.
So now let's talk a little bit about that armed struggle. So there are recurring reports that armed Baloch groups have now kind of disrupted the Pakistani control in certain districts and at times. So they have kind of a de facto control over specific areas. There are also specific reports that even the Pakistan intelligence establishment has uh, declared certain areas of Balochistan as no-go zones, where the Pakistan, even the Pakistani security personnel have been advised not to go there. So, how would you assess the Pakistani establishment's control across Balochistan today?
Well, as you see, if any government loses legitimacy, or any state loses legitimacy, if it does not act according to the wants and needs of the people that it kind of governs or controls. And the Baloch people that have realized that uh, this is not a state to serve their welfare or the welfare of their future generations, but it is feeding on the exploitation of the Baloch resources, and in also, taking on draconian measures to contain any opposition to its uh, exploitative measures or actions in Balochistan. Now, the people have adopted a multifaceted front against the state, which not only includes the human rights movement, as we discussed, but also armed resistance against the Pakistani military, which the armed resistance fronts believe are occupying forces. And the as the hatred in the hearts of the ordinary people has increased, so has the support for the Baloch insurgent groups, and they are making use of this support. And uh, as you rightly, accurately said, that many areas of Balochistan uh, are ungovernable, or where the Pakistani military has lost their control. And I think this will continue to, increase, because as we have seen in recent years, the offensive by the Baloch armed resistance groups has increased.
So I want to bring in a little bit of an international dimension also here. Something very interesting happened recently when the United States, France, and the United Kingdom reportedly blocked a Pakistan-China initiative at the United Nations to designate the Baloch Liberation Army and Majid Brigade, two of the armed groups which are waging a freedom struggle. So Pakistan-China initiative was to bring in a proposal and to designate them as global terrorist entities, whereas this was vetoed, and especially I would say United States, the role of United States, because United States has of late been seen as getting much closer to the Pakistani military establishment. Where repeatedly there are several memes also about this, that when Trump says, yeah, that Asim Munir is his favorite field marshal. So if we look at this move, what significance do you attach to this development, and how is it being viewed within Baloch political circles?
So we the Baloch understand that throughout this conflict between the Baloch and Pakistan, Pakistan has aggressively tried to reduce the significance of the Baloch National Liberation Movement or their struggle for the right to self-determination to terrorism. And also, it has used the same mechanism to contain political dissent in Balochistan by associating them as the recruiters or front group of the Baloch insurgents. I think Pakistan might have thought that by UN designation, it will make Baloch advocacy internationally, and they're traveling to the United Nations in Geneva or in New York much more harder than it could have done till recently. But I think this move fired back because Pakistan, as you highlighted, that through the support of the United States, or I would say particularly the President Trump, I thought that it has all a very favorable situation to utilize this favor from the United States and designate Baloch Armed Resistance Movement as a terrorist group. But I hope that international community is not that blind that it will easily succumb to Pakistan's pressure or Pakistan's diplomatic efforts.
Kamalji, I just want to bring in another question here, and I want to connect our earlier discussion with your current answer. So this is a very encouraging development for the Baloch freedom movement, as far as this initiative, which was backed by Pakistan and China, and that was vetoed by US and other Western countries also. On the other hand, uh, if you can give us a brief overview of, especially after Dr. Mahrang Baloch and another BYC leaders sentence like this. So if you can give us a sense that, is there any reverberation? Is there any if not storm, at least if is there something significant which is being mentioned in international circles, in the international human rights organizations, at other platforms, or and you being in basically Western world right now stationed yourself. So how the international media is looking at it, because we have seen, when cases like these happen, in South Asia. So there is a lot of hue and cry over these cases and in the West. But while the US and the West seems to be now backing the Baloch freedom struggle to some extent, on the other hand, what is the reaction to Dr. Mahrang Baloch and another BYC leaders imprisonment, and the on and especially this basically case? So, what is the reaction of the international community and international media?
Right. So I think breaking down your question into different parts. So first of all, to be specific to Dr. Mahrang's case, and I think it is quite evident that this case has drawn more international attention. And it has, I think, somehow it will encourage the human rights organizations internationally to enhance their scrutiny of Pakistan's human rights record, particularly the United Nations will and many of these special rapporteurs, particularly the special rapporteur on human rights defenders, and which is positive. And secondly, as you were referring to the move that Pakistan and China moved a resolution in the UN to designate Balochistan resistance groups as terrorists, as although it has been blocked by US, France, and the UK, but uh, in international politics, I think these moves are significant, but their impact, if sustained, and such kind of support sustained by international or major Western powers will be a very welcome move. I mean, and also I think as far as the Baloch, as we are in a situation where we are facing a existential crisis. So any international effort or by the major powers to bring major focus on Balochistan diplomatically uh, will be something that the Baloch will highly appreciate.
And what about is there a kind of a decent coverage in the international media also?
I mean, particularly in relation to Dr. Mahrang's case. Yes. So obviously, when you talk about Dr. Mahrang Baloch, as I said, that she has become one of the most recognizable public faces of Baloch human rights movement. So when you discuss Dr. Mahrang Baloch, so obviously you will discuss the context uh, of the movement or the movement that Dr. Mahrang Baloch represents. I think this is quite welcoming. And as it is always said that the oppressive states, they think that through the use of force or lawfare, they contain human rights movements. But on the contrary, by doing so, they draw more attention to the problem that they want to hide from the international community. And as Baloch believe that their struggle is legitimate and there is no power that they can hide or contain their struggle for right to self-determination.
My last question is, no, as Balochistan enters what appears to be a particularly volatile phase. So, what do you see as the biggest challenges and opportunities for the for your movement in the days or months ahead?
Mm. So one of the biggest challenges is, as we discussed earlier, is that the favor or the attention that Pakistan is getting, and particularly when Trump says that Asim Munir is his favorite field marshal. So Pakistan, most of the time, when it thinks or feels that its importance in the regional or international political dynamics has increased, it uses that opportunity to go after the Baloch national struggle through the use of draconian practices and violence. But on the other hand, what is positive is that through Pakistan's actions, it has uh, brought Dr. Marang's case in the limelight. And it is now up to the Baloch. I think there is an opportunity for them to uh, capitalize on this situation and to highlight uh, the numerous types of human rights violations that the Baloch as a people and as a nation is facing at the hands of the Pakistani authorities, which means that the Baloch should reflect on their policies and strategies, and they should make use of the situation and devise, if possible, a united front to, I mean, in support of the struggle for the right to self-determination.
Thank you so much, Qambarji, for joining the show and decoding all these developments. We have been tracking the Balochistan story for quite some time. It's not actually a story for us. It's a fight for, literally, as Mr. Qambar Baloch said, it's an existential crisis for Balochistan, which was illegally occupied by Pakistan in 1948. And the struggle has been going on since then. We will continue to track this story and will continue to bring latest updates and also uh, decode these latest updates. And we hope to host Mr. Qambar Baloch back again on this show soon. Thank you so much, sir, once again for taking time out from your busy schedule. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.